my name is Caro, a sales representative at one of the most beautiful developments in RONGAI, going by the name Ecovale Apartments, a project by the developers of Royal Properties. Today, we have an interview with one of our investors here at Ecovale Apartments, and I would like him to introduce himself. Karibu sana.
Thank you, Caro. Yeah, my name is Ambassador Gitonga. I'm an investor here at Ecovale. Yeah.
Ambassador, karibu sana.
Thank you
for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
I'd like to hear your experience at Ecovale, and maybe you can tell us when you moved into the project.
Yes, my experience so far at Ecovale is very good. I've gone around and I've seen the development. Fantastic. I took over, or rather I came on board as soon as the project was complete. I informed it was completed in December, but I moved in January.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we had promised we'll deliver in December, and I'm glad that the developer did not disappoint and he gave the project at that exact time.
Thank you.
Yes, so I'd like you to tell us how the handover process was. Did the management take you well? How was the whole entire project handover process?
Yeah, well, for me, the handover process has been very smooth, but most important, very professional. And I think the whole process and the whole project is being handled very professionally.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
And the amenities, how are the amenities of the project?
Well, I think for me, this is the first of its kind in RONGAI. One is it is a development. I have not seen another development like this in RONGAI. We have very good amenities. You have a swimming pool, you have a fully fitted gym. There's a clubhouse on the 8th floor where you can see, very nice panoramic view of Nairobi and the environs, Karen, RONGAI, and so on. And the other amenities like a backup generator, a borehole, backup borehole. So with all these amenities, I think it is a very nice development and a first of its kind in RONGAI, and it offers, I believe it is more of a lifestyle.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to hear that you're very content with our project. I know at the moment that you bought our project, maybe you are looking at other developments. So what really made you choose our development here in RONGAI?
Well, what made me decide to choose the development here is particularly because of the location. I think this development is very strategically located. It is about only 500 meters from the Magadi Road.
Yes.
And from CBD, you're talking about 8 kilometers. And the beauty, if I compare it to other parts of Nairobi, it is one of a kind of development, and it is accessible.
Yes.
And you have all the facilities, all the infrastructure, the social amenities are available here. You have all the major banks, you have supermarkets, Carrefour, you have Naivas, you have Clean Shelf, Quickmart. Yeah, banks, you have all the major banks here, ABSA, Equity, Cooperative, KCB, and so on. So I think, and schools also, not to forget schools. If one has small kids, there are nurseries here, there are primary schools, and really the accessibility is what really makes it very attractive here.
Yes, that's so true. Yes. Then again, I'd like for you to tell us, how is the environment? Is it quiet? Is it noisy? How has your experience been here at Ecovale?
Yes, it is very quiet. It's very calm, and especially when you're in the building, you don't get the noise from outside.
Yes.
I think in even when I was making the initial inquiries, I was told the way the development is structured, you have these hollow blocks which have a lot of soundproofing, so you don't get noise from outside. So it's a very peaceful environment, and I feel like, if you ask me, I feel it's like a 5-star.
Yeah.
I'll give it 5-star in terms of accommodation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also now, I'd like for you to talk to our clients. I know there are people out there watching at us, listening to us. What will you advise somebody who is looking at buying a property at Ecovale?
Well, my advice to anybody wishing to buy a property at Ecovale, one is the location. RONGAI is a middle-class area. The crime rate is slow, or rather it's very low. I mean, from the time, because I lived in RONGAI before. I invested in this property, and that's how I got to know about it. And the crime rate is quite low. And you have a lot of, how do I say, everything is convenient, that you need around is available. So I would advise anybody wishing to buy, it is a good investment. Another thing I'd like to point out is that the land appreciates. The appreciation of property in Rongai is very high. I just a quick thought I can share with you. If you look at the 1970s, late 70s,
Yes.
an acre of land was about 20,000.
Yeah, at Ongata Rongai.
At Ongata Rongai.
Okay.
Now, an acre today, depending on where you are, goes between 120 million to 74 million.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Especially like in this area, I think it's going very soon because of this development.
Yes.
It will soon, it will soon rise to over 100 million.
Yes.
Which means that if you invest in the property here, even the value of your property will rise very fast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and are you satisfied with our quality and the finishing? How is it?
Yeah, the quality is very good. I compare it. I've seen other developments in the upmarket areas,
Yes.
In Kilimani, in Kileleshwa, in Lavington. And from what I've seen from this property, you are getting quality. You are getting the same quality, even better quality than some of the developments in the upmarket areas.
Yeah.
At a very good price. And as I said again, in terms of location, it's very strategic because you're very near town.
Yes.
Yeah. And in the future, what I know and the information I have is that the Bomas Ongata Rongai Road will be dual carriage.
Yeah. And
So
that would be really nice.
it will be really nice, and one has to look at the future.
Yes.
Yeah. If you invest now, you also need to think about the future. And then the road just outside the building is a major link road.
Yes.
Yeah. It links Rongai, or it links this area with Kiserian, with Ngong, and also with Karen.
Yes.
So if there's a lot of traffic on this other side, once everything, all the infrastructure around is complete, it will be very easy to access this development from town.
Yes.
Yeah. Or even from Gong, or even from Keserian.
Yeah, that is very true.
Yeah.
So also for the clients that are looking at an investment, what will be your advice?
Well, my advice, and I don't want to be seen like a marketing new, my advice is that, this is a kind of development that anybody would like to live in. Once properly furnished, as I said, my first, and especially when I saw the show house, I felt like I was in a 5-star establishment. Yeah? So the good quality, you can invest, so you can actually live in and feel very much at home. Secondly, it's also a good investment. I think because of the quality, you should be able to get premium rent. And I know that as the demand goes for the property, the rents will be good. So for me, I would encourage, and also in addition to show how serious I am, I've invested more than this unit, or one unit, in Ecovale. And if I have money in the second and other phases that are coming, second, third phase, I'm going to invest more.
Yes.
Yeah, even if it means I have to borrow too, because I think it's an investment. For me, my view, it's this kind of investments comes once in a lifetime.
Yes.
In a lifetime, yeah.
Yeah. I understand that there are different and several ways that you have come to understand of how payments are done at Ecovale.
Yes.
Maybe you could care to elaborate how somebody can go about it.
Yes, I think, and of course, if I slip up, you can help me there.
Yes.
The payment plans are very flexible. There's a cash payment plan, as you know, the 20, 30, 20% spread over 12 months. But of course, as I said, if you have an issue or any challenge, you can always, I was able to discuss and negotiate when I was having challenges. I was even able to put in a bit of money every month.
Yes.
Yeah, nobody says no to you if they are getting, some of the capital, as long as you keep within the payment plans. There's also the mortgage option where you pay 20% and then the 80% is on completion. But as you can see now, the development is complete. So I would encourage, there's I think a few units remaining, and I would encourage anybody to buy now. This is the best time to buy, because if you come 1 or 2 years down the line, first of all, the units will be sold.
Yes.
That's number one. Number two, you'll not get them at the very reasonable prices that you're getting, because I find that a one bedroom here, is a third of what you'd get in Kilimani. For instance, a two bedroom here between 5.5, 6.5 million. But if you go to Kilimani, Kilimani, Kileleshwa, Lavington,
yes,
or any other upmarket, and you're getting the same quality,
yes,
you find that it is about 3 times.
yes.
So for me, I'd be very happy to invest here, because I'd be able, if as an investor, I would be able to buy more units, and when I rent, I'll be able to get the same rent as in the upmarket areas, or even more.
Yes.
Yeah. So because I'll have more units.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is very true.
Yes.
As you have heard from our client, the project is in a very strategic place. The quality and the finishings are top notch. We are giving you the same quality that we have for the other developments in the upmarket here in Ongata Rongai. So I believe that I'll be seeing you soon coming here to purchase the property. Thank you for choosing Ecovale Apartments.